Alrighty, Reddit Insanity, where people post the dumbest things they can possibly think of onto Reddit. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
Let's start. These are back to today I fucked ups. So, so the first one. This person, Messa17, right? He puts, I accidentally walked in on my dad going down on my mom. It got you right on that one. This just happened like 15 minutes ago.
I am now a homosexual.
He did it so badly. I was playing Fallout 4 for several hours and had no clue where my parents were.
I'm playing Fallout 4 right now. I better keep my fucking doors locked and stay in my room.
Keep in mind that I also have a hearing deficit and I was not wearing my hearing aids at the time.
Damn.
On top of that, it is currently very late where I live, so I figured my parents were in bed or something.
2:15 in the morning.
After playing Fallout 4 for several hours, I go into the hallway and see a small amount of light coming from the gaming.
Oh, here's some advice for you guys for Fallout 4. If you just want to fucking play it on normal, right?
Yeah.
But still be OP, go to Vault 88, meet this woman outside named Cricket. She might not be there, but you'll have to like wait around like little there's like beds or chairs you can sit in to wait for her to show up. She's a traveling merchant, and she has a gun called the Spray and Pray. It is a fucking submachine gun. It looks like a Tommy gun, and it shoots. It does about 41 damage, but it does an extra 15 points of explosive damage. I guarantee you, all I do is just walk around and just fucking blow people up. I'm damn near untouchable with this gun. I have 3,000 rounds. I have $11,000, which is caps in the game. I am just fucking living the life. Like I would literally I would be robbing, I'll be like going through like desks and stuff for money, while villains hit me in the back with their guns, doing little damage because of my health is so high.
Yeah.
And like my damage, I'm wearing something called the Mechanist suit. So it has like 25, 30, like it's got like 72% damage or protection from projectiles.
Yeah.
So I'm just like getting like hit low with like pings of like damage, and I fucking turn around and just, and they're fucking gone. And I never change the difficulty. I'm just that strong now. Level 30. I'm fucking killing death crawlers like it's nothing. Spray and pray, baby.
It's almost like that, the loophole with, well, I wouldn't say it's a loophole, but Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. If you never level up the entire time, you play like as level 1. Like if you don't go into the menu to choose anything on your what is it, perks or anything like that, leave it at level 1. You can go to your menu, like your item menu still, but keep it at level 1. Your stats won't be great the entire time, but it's going to be level 1 opponents equal to you basically, since everything levels up around you at the same time aside from giants.
Oh yeah, like Bethesda's also Fallout 4, so yeah, they do.
So
they just can't handle me, bro.
So there's certain people though that'll get all like the Dawnbreaker. They'll get all that stuff at a really low level if you can. I can't remember if Dawnbreaker is one of them, but whatever.
Dawnbreaker should be.
I think it's like level 30.
Thunder? No, Dawnbreaker's not.
No, Dawnbreaker's I think level 9 or not 90. Level 30.
You have the hammer that's Sunder.
Yes.
No, I think it was called Keening. Yeah, I think the other one's called Keening, the dagger. Dawnbreaker is the one in Skyrim.
Yeah, from Meridia.
I don't remember.
The one that can go up against like undead.
Yeah, but I think that's in Skyrim.
Yeah, it is. That's what I said.
Oh, I was thinking about Morrowind, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying in Skyrim. Because everything levels at the same pace as you because they keep it that same type of thing except for giants. Giants are always, I think, level 80.
They have that one attack where like if you're low level, they fucking bounce you off the fucking ground.
Yeah. So, but if you, it's funny because there's a bunch of people that have done it now, but if you stay level 1 and you go in to go fight, what's his name? The dragon, Alduin. Yes, Alduin. But you go fight him, right? You start the battle and then you go into your perks menu.
You level, right before you, oh yeah. I think I've actually seen something like that. He just fucking wrecks Alduin. Alduin's like, wait a minute, man. He was hiding his power level.
Because what you do is you get up to what you would consider to be like level 70 or 80. Alduin, I think, only goes up to like level 70 or somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
And if you upgrade all at once, so you get all your one-handed attacks up, all your two-handed attacks up, have all these weapons with you.
He's just like, no.
You do it all at once, and then it's like a couple of hits, and Aldwin's dead because he's still at level 1
Yeah,
to match your levels.
that's wild.
Because you can't like the AI for the system can't figure out
How to catch up.
right. It's like oh, his scouter was reading 200.
Like it blows up in his face. Oh, fuck. I used to love that when they just blew up in your fucking face. That's a real bad design flaw. Instead of shutting off, they just blow up in your fucking eye.
Because it basically means you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah, like it was so weird. I get it aesthetically, it's fun for the, but realistically, you would hope it would shut off where it blows up from the side of your fucking ear.
Just pop. All right, so back to the guy that was walked in on his parents.
Like good old Fallout 4.
Yes. He got into the hallway to see a small loud light coming from the gaming room. I thought maybe something left the TV. Somebody left the TV on, and I went to turn it off. I opened the door, and lo and behold, my father's head is between my mom's legs,
Gross.
like 6 feet away from me. I just shut the door and ran downstairs and outside.
I haven't stopped crying since.
I became a little concerned about what would happen next. My father came outside, and I asked, "How are you?"
Like licking his lip.
And he said, "Fine, but next time knock."
Ew, you caught him?
I explained that not only had I been unaware of where they were, but it was also late and I thought maybe they were in bed.
You sick son of a bitch.
I also mentioned that I was not wearing my hearing aids and could not hear anything behind the door very well. I also added on top of all that I saw a light coming from the gaming room and thought maybe someone left the TV on and intended to turn it off. So like he's trying to say,
Like, oh, damn thing crazy.
nothing. I also apologized and said that I just made an honest mistake. My father said everything was fine and I had absolutely nothing to worry about. He said that on Fridays and Saturdays are the only 2 days that he has time to spend with my mom, so I should be more vigilant about opening doors on those days. It's like, it ain't gonna stop, so, just be more vigilant. Next one. This is by ADHD Absurdity. First and puts. Hi, it's me again.
Guess who's back?
I posted nearly a year ago about my disgusting scalp. My comments were super helpful and positive. Others called me a gross human being.
Welcome to the internet.
Anyhow, as it turns out, many of you were correct. I have psoriasis. I wasn't washing my hair or scalp wrong like I thought I had. I thought I had to scrape it basically like many other commenters had me believe. But I am not an unhygienic person.
Get those fucking horse brushes. Fucking comb your hair till your fucking hair falls out. Blood starts fucking ripping up for your scalp.
After posting that, I started to develop dry patches behind one of my ears and around my eyebrows. No amount of washing or lotion would make them go away. So yeah, turns out I wasn't washing myself incorrectly. I just had psoriasis. I guess even this update is basically another today I fucked up by thinking I am not washing myself correctly whenever I just have a skin condition.
I know all about skin conditions. I got eczema. Fucking sucks.
Yeah. And little things.
Itches like a fucking monster.
All right. Next one is by Usual Water 288. This person puts, my wife is a third grade teacher and has only been for 2 years. This school year just ended for her and she has been talking about quitting because of one specific kid in her class. I'll refer to him as Cartman. Because that's literally what he is. I had obviously not met the kid, but my wife would come home at least once a week and complain about him. I'll admit, from my side, this kid was hilarious. You can't tell your wife that, though.
No kidding.
My wife said all the kids hated him, but he genuinely could not care less.
It's fucking Carmen, for real.
He only wanted to entertain himself. He was notorious for tricking kids and even adults into doing things. For example, he had pulled pranks on every substitute that he had. Once, he even convinced the class that the fire alarm had rang while my wife was in the restroom, even though no one heard it. After a panic from my wife, they were found almost immediately at the playground with him on the swings. Anyways, last week, we had an end-of-the-year party that I was allowed to show up to and help with. I got to meet this little demon face-to-face. And he was funny. In fact, I couldn't stop laughing at this kid the entire hour.
Jesus, imagine someone stalking your child.
I think it was because not only was he a total nuisance, he would just do a little giggle every time one of the kids got mad at him, like Carmen. He had 0 people on his side, and he just didn't care.
Weird. They should probably test it for like actual antisocial behavior.
Yeah.
He's got no like emotions toward being shamed or anything.
Here's where I fucked up. When handing out the sodas, I just said to him, maybe being nicer would make you more friends. He stopped dead in his moves and just stared into me,
Fuck.
then ignored me and continued like as if nothing had happened. The hour finished up pretty quickly, and right as I was leaving, Cartman came up to me and asked if I was happy about my new car, which I now know my wife had mentioned it a few times.
Oh.
I said I loved it, and he just said, good, and scattered off. I knew something was up, but I couldn't figure out what. My wife had tasked me with bringing home the leftover pizza boxes. I placed the pizza in my passenger seat, and whenever I got home, noticed a large pool of grease on my seat. This little menace had punched several holes in all the boxes.
Well, that little motherfucker.
I was panicked at first, but I realized that I would have to get it cleaned anyways.
Where would he? No one noticed him fucking messing with the pizza fucker? Yeah.
And that little fucker shook up all leftover soda cans too.
Aren't you a little smart motherfucker?
You like your new car?
Do you like a new enemy?
That is diabolical. Because it's nothing that's going to get the kid in like a tremendous amount of trouble, but it's just enough that it would piss off an adult.
But it's like it's that level of like ingenuity to be like, let me shake up all these sodas.
Pretty
That was normal, right? Like shaking up someone's soda. That's a basic move to fuck with somebody.
Yes.
But punching holes in soda for the grease to fucking pour out.
Yeah.
That's a diabolical fucking choice.
And if you had cloth seats, not leather seats, oh, that would suck because you can't get that shit out.
Plus being smart enough to punch them all, so that way any of them could just hit me at the bottom.
Exactly.
But how greasy are those fucking pizzas for that matter? Jesus Christ.
It's like,
Fucking just oozing fucking grease, giving fucking kids cardiac arrest.
Pizza Hut pizza, just greasy.
Probably.
All right, next one is by your sister's ass.
Gross.
This person, I know, just, just an automatic rejection of it. This person puts, this happened last Saturday night. I was out for dinner with my husband. We were in an area that has several tables and a long wooden bench against a wall with pillows.
Pillows?
To set the scene, this was a hipster fine dining sort of place. Being a Saturday night, it was pretty busy. Towards the end of the meal, I felt a bit of an internal turbulence that needed release. The restaurant was noisy, so I figured no one would be the wiser.
Just fucking let out some farts, huh?
She, yes. That's even worse.
Nah, it's the same. Everyone has the same bodily functions.
Yes, but women are the ones that are embarrassed by it more.
I don't know. I don't want to fart in public.
Yeah, but if you do, be. I know you will.
I'd be fucking devastated. What do you mean?
On the inside, but not on the outside.
Like, who the fuck farted? I'd be the first one to blame someone else.
Pointing the person across the room.
Like, you nasty motherfucker.
I eased out a slow rumbler, reminiscent of a late evening thunderstorm.
Late evening thunderstorm. Great choice.
Quite satisfying. Too late, I realized that the man sitting about a foot away from me on the bench as well must have felt the vibration.
So we got a fucking earthquake.
Now I know he had to have felt it because I'm guilty of doing this in the past. Years ago, I was sitting on a wooden bench next to my niece at a clam shack and decided to give my bowels a good airing out. I thought I was being stealthy until my niece called me out on it, on this misdeed.
You farted?
I suppose sitting next to your aunt and feeling the equivalent of a Harley backfiring repeatedly isn't exactly discreet. You would think I would have learned my lesson. I felt eyes slowly turning towards me and knew I was busted.
Damn.
I could feel my face growing hotter as I attempted to arrange an expression of nonchalance. While having a conversation with my husband. Once we left the restaurant, I shared with my husband what went down. We had a hearty chuckle afterward. She's like, I didn't hear shit.
I didn't feel nothing either.
Just like a tsunami vibration.
The guy's just like, oh,
That was 5.0 Richter.
okay, knocks him off the bench.
All right. Next one is by, I'm going to fuck it up. Lisa MJ514. This person puts, I told my husband that I don't think that I'll ever be happy. To go back a little bit, my dad died in November last year, and I was extremely difficult. It was an extremely difficult loss for me. Then when things sort of felt a little more normal, I got pregnant. So many emotions came up that happiness, sadness that my dad will never get to meet him. I ended up having a miscarriage about a week ago.
Fuck.
I'm still dealing with the symptoms and whatnot. I'll admit that I have not been the most pleasant person to be around. Now, on top of this, my husband has an extremely stressful job and some other family issues that I won't get into.
He's a spy.
I've noticed that he's been more angry and frustrated with work. I try to just listen whenever he's upset, but sometimes it's hard, mostly because I don't really understand what he is going through. He has said multiple times that he feels alone, meaning he has no male figures left in his life to look up to. We were sitting and talking after he was done with work, and he asked me if I was okay. I gave my normal answer of saying I'm fine. He launched into some story about work and how he's not happy with the company. I was already in a weird mood and felt really down. Without thinking and not even looking at him, I said, I don't think I'll ever be happy. There was silence after that, and I looked up since I had been zoning out, and the look of hurt on his face was something I haven't ever seen. He pointedly asked me if I still wanted to be with him. I said, of course. I tried explaining that it doesn't have to do with our marriage and that I felt like I lacked purpose in life. He knows I have a history of depression as well. I could tell he didn't know what to say. I felt awful. He said that he can't imagine feeling that way and got teary-eyed. In all our years together, I haven't ever got to see him this emotional. I wish I could explain better the look in his eyes. I feel like I destroyed a part of him. Like, oh, damn. I feel like such a jerk, and no matter how many times I apologize, it doesn't seem to matter. I feel like he's going to look at me differently at this point. I'm such an asshole. Well, you ruined his little bit of... It's like, never going to be happy. Ever.
It's a depressing story.
So we go from a depressing one to one that's a little funny. So, this person, it's Middle Huckleberry 23.
I'm your huckleberry.
Today I fucked up by pretending to know sign language.
You mean like every person that fucking goes on goddamn live TV before a fucking hurricane disaster?
I know. So let me explain. I was at a local coffee shop trying to get some work done. The place was bustling and I walked into a group of people, one of whom was deaf. I noticed them signing to each other and couldn't help but be intrigued. I've always found sign language fascinating and know a few basic signs from an online course I took years ago. So as I stood in line for a second cup of coffee, the deaf person approached the counter. The barista seemed a bit flustered, struggling to understand the order. I thought I'd be a good Samaritan and help out. I tapped the person on the shoulder and confidently signed, "Hello, what do you want?" At least I thought that's what I signed. His face lit up in relief and they began signing rapidly. Here's the thing. I only know a few signs. They might as well have been casting spells.
Why didn't they just, I don't know.
Panic set in. I nodded along with a bobblehead, desperately trying to piece together the few signs I did recognize. I managed to catch coffee and large, so I turned to the barista and said, "Large coffee, please."
Why didn't they just write it down?
The person looked back at me, clearly confused, and signed again, this time more slowly. I was in too deep. I couldn't back out now.
Make it all.
I tried to respond with the little that I knew, but I was floundering. Eventually, the deaf person smiled sympathetically and signed "thank you" before turning to their friend for help. I retreated to my table, my face burning with embarrassment. Later, I found out that instead of signing "hello, what do you want?" I signed "hello, what are you?" No wonder they were confused.
I've had deaf people come to my store. If I don't know what, I just give them a piece of paper and a pen.
And usually at the end, they'll do the thank you sign.
You think, but no.
No?
No.
I always
I
have
don't know if I'm being rude or not, but I mean, like, it's easier to just tell me, write down what you want, and I'm good to go.
All right, next one is by Solid Us Funk.
Solid as funk?
Uh-huh.
Like solid as snake?
Us, U.S. Solid Us Funk.
Boring.
Yeah.
That'd be like actual from Metal Gear Solid.
This person puts, "This happened a while ago and my friend suggested I share it here. On the way to taking my younger daughter to her grandparents, I noticed a blind man who with a support cane standing at the top of a flight of stairs. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
I asked if he was
is
okay.
it me?
Lionel Richie.
Still love that song. I can see it in your eyes.
I asked if he was okay, and he said there was a member of staff nearby, but I couldn't see anyone. He said that he was trying to reach another train line. I knew it was right down the stairs and offered to help get in there. While him holding on my right arm and my daughter holding on my left, we made our way slowly down the stairs as lots of people who just exited the train were squeezing past us. All my concentration was on my daughter, who was walking slower than usual, bumping into everyone around us. That's whenever I frustratingly said, "Will you look where you're going and hurry up?"
Good job. See, I'm blind. He starts crying.
But it was the guy I was helping who replied, "Sorry, excuse me?" After dying inside, I explained
After fucking being dragged to heaven and made account of my sins, I went back to life to talk to him.
I'm so sorry. I didn't talk to you. I was talking to my daughter. And he obviously had no idea.
That one should be just as bad because, I mean, you can yell at your daughter like that.
Thankfully, he asked me how old she was and started laughing. So at least he didn't take it personally. Won't you pay attention to where the fuck you're going?
If I get smacked in the face with a cane.
Next one is by Tasty Side Bob. So the side boob, side bob. This person puts. So my girlfriend and I were making out on bed, and it was clear that we were going to have sex. I excused myself to go to the restroom and to wash my hands and brush my teeth.
And my cock.
Because she gets frequent UTIs, and I want to minimize the risk. However, I went into the bathroom to discover that there was no soap. Now, I'm not incredibly
Make
smart.
it wash your cock without soap.
Now, I am not incredibly smart to begin with, even less so whenever I'm horny. So I remember that there is hand sanitizer in the kitchen cupboard. And my brain does not make the next logical connection that putting hand sanitizer and someone's hoo-ha is a bad idea. So I go back and we start having sex. As my fingers are in her, she is like, "Did you cut jalapenos? It's burning down there." And still did not make the connection. It wasn't until about a half an hour later whenever I realized my mistake. She still loves my dumb ass, but was not impressed with
Me no smart.
it. Me horny.
Me have trouble articulating feelings in words to communicate with loved ones.
Next one is by Massive Process 5124. This person puts, "I'm currently on the toilet while I'm writing this. I usually have regular bowel movements every morning. The past few days, I've been eating a lot of sweets. It's my birthday weekend, and I haven't been drinking as much water as usual.
Happy birthday.
This morning, whenever I had my bowel movement, my poop was larger and drier than normal. And whenever I wiped, there was blood."
What if like it was so dry, like when he looked down, it was just an empty fucking ball with no water.
He absorbed it all.
He just fucking took it all. He's like fucking SpongeBob trying to get a drink of water.
Sawdust.
God, that would be fucking wild.
I
It's like I've never seen an empty bowl. I'd be like, God damn.
I decided I would pop 3 stool softeners to help make sure I didn't bleed next time I poop.
Yeesh.
I've been taking these before, but I usually take them at night so I can poop normally in the morning. After I took these, I went out with my brother to the store.
Blew the back of my ass out.
After I took these, I went out with my brother. As soon as we got there, I felt my tummy start rumbling, and I basically had
My
to run to the
tummy
bathroom.
started rumbling. That's a weird.
Yeah. I had the worst diarrhea in that stall. You know, it was the person beside you had even worse diarrhea. The kind that has you sweating and shaking.
Jesus.
Apologies to the poor old woman who was also in the bathroom with me.
Oh, it's a woman.
Yeah,
That's why. Yeah, it seemed like a woman expression to say my tummy was rumbling.
yeah.
It would be something like my tummy was rumbling. Written by like an MMA boxer, MMA fighter.
That'd be funny though. I thought that would be the only time, but boy was I wrong. We went to the gym after the store, and I was fine the first 10 minutes. Then the poop gods called me again and had me go to the bathroom mid-exercise. Again, one of the worst shits that I've ever had. I felt like I was dying. My butthole feels so raw.
In my butthole, in my butthole.
Oh, there's a song I'll have to show you later. That reminds me. Which is sad, but yes. Next one is by Voltage Wolf.
Voltage Wolf. I'm trying to be. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking cool and edgy. Voltage Wolf.
Voltage Wolf.
Shut up, bitch. You ain't no goddamn superhero.
It's first and fifth. The past few days, I have been experiencing a nasty cold. I've been taking Dayquil during the day and NyQuil at night. I ran out of Dayquil and decided to take NyQuil and drink my morning Red Bull. I thought this would be okay. And
Wait, start over. Cause I heard like something that was fucking the worst idea he could possibly have.
Restart from the beginning?
Yeah.
All right. The past few days, I have been experiencing a nasty cold. I've been taking Dayquil in the day and NyQuil at night. I ran out of Dayquil and decided to just take the NyQuil and drink my morning Red Bull instead.
All right, that's what I heard.
Yes.
So now, like, if off the bat we know he's fucked up beyond recognition. You don't take NyQuil in the daytime. That's designed to fucking make you drowsy.
Yes. But the Red Bull's supposed to perk you up.
So he must have been in a state of fucking limbo between fucking tired and so awake. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep.
I thought this would be okay and it would cancel out the drowsiness effect of the NyQuil.
I bet you were fucking wrong.
It did not.
Bet you were fucking exhausted, but you couldn't close your eyes.
What I did instead was make myself feel like I was slightly drunk. I couldn't stand up without leaning over and I could barely form a sentence. I had to cancel my plans today because I did not feel comfortable driving in this state. My grandmother thought I was high and I had to strongly convince her that I was not.
Get out of my fucking house, you pothead.
She didn't believe me, but she still gave me the benefit of the doubt, which I'm grateful for. I was in a fully conscious state, so it's not like I was being crazy or things like that. However, I felt that I had a very little control over my body and generally felt wacky. I looked it up, and apparently doing this often can damage your liver. So now I'm scared. It's mostly worn off now, but I feel weird, and now my friends are mad at me.
Mad at you? Fuck those people.
Because he had to cancel all his plans?
Fuck those plans.
All right, last two here. This person is Hyena Trick 3956. This person puts, I gained some weight over the last year, and I'm trying to get back into shape.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
It's been pretty good so far. The number on the scale hasn't been moving much, but I swear my clothes are getting a smidge looser, so maybe I'm exchanging small amounts of fat or small amounts of muscle before small amounts of muscle. Because muscle obviously is denser than fat, so sure. I've been physically feeling better since starting to work out and eat better at least, which is something. Anyways, moving on to how I fucked up today. I went on a run. It's a weekend morning and I woke up early, so I wanted to try out a 5K, about 3.11 miles, since I had the day off and thus more time. I used the bathroom before I left my house, figured that I was sufficient and I'd be fine in that regard. At mile 1, I was feeling good. Slow pace, but I was not going for speed here, just working on endurance. Around mile 2, I started to feel discomfort. I needed to go number 2.
What is it about jogging that always makes me want to take a shit?
I still have over a mile left. I give myself a pep talk. I got this. I can contain everything until I get home. The discomfort and pressure got worse. By the time I was within direct eyesight of my home, I was outright sprinting, and my rectum clenched as tight as physically possible. And I felt it begin to happen. I cursed the choice of pants I had selected on this morning, being gray instead of the black that I usually favor. I bound up the 3 steps to my front porch, hoping the elderly woman who was across the street sweeping her stoop wouldn't notice that I had a big brown spot on my backside.
Damn, so he didn't make it? He shit himself?
I made it inside of the bathroom where I finished the evacuation on my bowels in more comfort than I had on the road. Relieved to be home. On the bright side, my run time this morning was a personal record. The last mile was like, ow, fuck.
What if you had just started walking? Would that not have just...
I would think so.
Like just to like not have had so much pressure?
I would think.
Like, it has to do something with the running and like the gravity and like the bowels moving.
Yeah.
Like cause them like just push down your shit.
Yeah.
So if you just started walking, maybe like you wouldn't feel so bad. Or maybe it was just that bad.
Don't get me wrong. I've had those days where it's like, oh, but it's like, I don't know. For me personally, when you're out in public, like there's something in you that can just,
yeah,
it will force you to hold it in. Now, once your ass hits that toilet,
there'll be a goddamn seatbelt there for you so you don't fucking fly off.
Like there's no stopping it once it starts, but like, I don't know. I could not let myself, like, I have too much dignity to allow myself to shit myself. No. All right. And last of the Reddits today, we have, this one is by Day of Dingus.
Dave Dingus.
Person puts. I was doing some yard work today and I noticed that I had some poison ivy on my hands, legs, so I took a shower whenever I went inside. I scrubbed my arms and legs to remove the oils. I even used a little pack of poison ivy removing stuff I had lying around. After I thought I had scrubbed it all away, I decided to have a classy shower wank.
Fucking ruin my genitals.
Suction cup attached for a tablet for viewing, a pretty good investment if you're one who enjoys soapy nuts. Anyways, it's a few hours later, and I decided to rub the poison, and I think I rubbed the poison ivy oils deep into my dick skin, as it feels like it's on fire.
Damn.
I'm not sure where to go from here. I'll probably apply some cream. I don't think I'm getting laid anytime soon, so I don't have to worry about explaining why my dick's covered in pus bubbles and itchy.
Ouch. Poison ivy is no joke.
You don't want it anywhere near your junk,
And now,
ever. That's like a...
you know those guys that wipe their ass with the fucking leaves and it turns out to be poison ivy. Puckers their asshole up.
Like, damn it, I seen a video recently where there was a dude messing with poison ivy, but apparently whenever it's wintertime, you don't really have to worry about it because the bark or whatever it is on the actual poison ivy is not enough to actually cause poison ivy to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this dipshit was so dumb. He's like, see, I can rub my arm all over and it doesn't do anything. And it didn't, right? He decided to, let's scrape some of the bark away to where it's fresh stuff on the inside. Did it again, had all this poison ivy all over. And it's like, dude, are you that stupid?
He's like, fuck, I fucked up.
Pretty much, yes. He fucked up pretty badly on that one.
Walked into the woods and never came back. Good old Appalachia.
Appalachia.
Ah, fuck. My back is killing me.
My back, my crack. Everything that last week had. Alrighty.